Listen, the first one is actually matching your energy. I just watched a video of two Asian people proposing, right? They were eating food and he put the ring in front of her, right? Like inside of the little box. As he was eating the food, she looked up, she was like, oh, she saw the ring, she looked up, he was still eating, she put it on, he looked up, he went like that, and she went like that, and then went back to eating. I know, it's crazy, right? Where's the crying? But what that means is that that is perfect for them because both of them are matching each other's energy. This is like a Bonnie and Clyde thing where you don't just get attracted to the fact that you're also dating a criminal, but the fact that they're matching your energy, matching your sense of humor, right? That's a big one. When a person feels like they both have a similar sense of humor, they get really attached, right? So the energy, the vibe, the unspoken thing, that back and forth that you guys have that you can't put into words, that could be one of the main reasons why men become attached. The fact that you match my energy, the fact that you have a similar look to me, the fact that we have a similar vibe, that becomes more addictive because that's very difficult to find someone who matches our energy, who matches our creepy, needy energy. It's okay to be needy as long as they're also needy and creepy. It's okay to be distant as long as they're also distant. It's okay to be a nerd as long as they're also a nerd. Once they know you match their energy, they get attached and they have a tough time letting you go. Let's continue with the video. So the first one is that when they don't feel like a loser. Um, Men get attached to women that makes them feel strong, that makes him feel like he's better than the next guy. Seriously, because anytime a man sees another man with a woman, unconsciously they all feel like losers. Yeah, I mean, this might be surprising me saying that, but it is true. They feel lower than. If your mate gets a girlfriend and you don't, most men feel jealous, at least temporarily, and then eventually it dissolves away. But this desire to not feel like a loser is fundamental. Like most kids feel like losers if they're still virgins. Most kids feel like losers if they haven't gotten a date. And so one of the reasons they get attached to you is because you're numbing away that feeling, right? You're numbing away that feeling. And so the next thing that causes them to get emotionally attached, now this one is toxic, and we talked about it in the previous video. It's numbing pain. But this is where, if your relationship is based on numbing pain, it's gonna be over dependent, and eventually it's gonna turn toxic. If the relationship, if the foundation is the fact that you numb my pain, it's gonna turn toxic eventually. Because whatever numbs my pain, eventually it's gonna stop numbing it, and eventually you're gonna resent it. Right? It's like alcoholics, right? When they drink so much that they start to hate drinking, but they can't stop, right? Because the numbing creates the addiction, but after a while, the drug doesn't numb you enough. So you begin to develop hatred, but you still do it, right? And you at first numb their pain through removing the feeling of being a loser, making them feel like the shit. Like guys, if you see the things that goes on in our minds when a woman validates us, you think we're crazy, but it is true. They're looking for that numbness of pain. The next one is that they make him feel masculine. A woman who makes a man feel masculine, he sees her as ultra feminine. And this is why you have to think of ways to make a man feel masculine. Like honestly, it's goofy to think about it, but it's really not that hard. Because guys will believe you. Usually making him feel stronger than you, where you come across as weaker than you are, having him teach you something, having him use his strength, asking for his opinion. Remember that video, Shakari? You guys heard that of Shakari, the gymnast, where she was caught with some domestic violence against her man. Like there was they were caught in the airport and she was hitting him, right? If you don't make your man feel masculine, let me tell you something. Eventually, he's gonna cheat.
with a woman that makes him feel like that. And sometimes you're doing this, you're breaking this law by mistake. Why? This is what I know. Women on this channel hate me when I say this, and I get it. Maybe that's why the channel's going through stuff. But successful women, boss bitches, which is successful women, tend to make a guy feel emasculated. The amount of power that you have, the amount of success that you have, is makes a man feel less than. Look, me, I don't care. I teach this, and I'm shocked that this is true, right? I personally don't care if this is like I don't care whether or not it's true. But all I know is that women who have a lot of power, more power than their man, usually end up divorced, and usually it's because the guy doesn't feel like a man because you don't need him. You become so self-sufficient that he doesn't feel needed. I don't get mad. People get mad. Honestly, people really get mad at me when I say this, and I know why they get mad at me, but it's not my fault. You know, like I'm just explaining what happens. This is a true thing. I'm not like that, but I would love a woman who's more successful than me. That'll be cool. Like shit. Like maybe you could help me with the channel, you know? But that's just the truth. The next thing that creates attachments is spending time. But most importantly, boring time. Right? Spending boring time with you. That means watching TV. That don't mean doing extravagant things. I'm telling you, doing extravagant things does not create a connection. It doesn't, right? Because if that's the case, then sugar babies will have connections with their men. That's not how it works. The real way to create an emotional connection is through spending simple time together. That means watching TV. That means watching a movie together. Um, that means doing stuff that are simple, going on a walk. It doesn't have to be completely extravagant. The more simple it is, the deeper the connection. Now, why is that? Well, because when you spend simple time with a guy, that's what the brain uses to recall you. The memories that men create when you have simple time is what the brain uses to think about you when you're not there. And it exaggerates those simple memories. The more simple time you have with them, and that means no drugs, that means sober, simple time. That's what the brain needs. If you don't have it, that's problematic. It has to be as simple as possible. It's almost like it's good raw material for building love. The more extravagant, the more things are in between you, the less efficient it is. So spending simple time together, and it's actually an encouraging thing because any guy that doesn't want to spend simple time with you, that's a red flag. And if you don't want to spend simple time and you need extravagant thing to spend time with him, I'm telling you, that's not how it works. The next one is reflect unfulfilled dynamics. This is the toxic one, where they fall in love because you remind them of their dad who abandoned them. They fall in love with you because you remind them of their narcissistic mother who never fulfilled them. They fall in love with you because you remind them of their ex and you kind of look like them too, who pulled away. And so now, almost like getting a dog that dies, you get a new dog that looks like the old dog, so that you kind of like mind fuck yourself into thinking you're seeing that dog. Right? We all do that. People do that. They legit get a dog like the old dog so that they can imagine the old dog in that dog and thus process those emotions. People do that, right? So when that happens, they get emotionally attached very quickly. And it happens really fast. That's why when that happens, you gotta slow them the fuck down. Tell them to slow the fuck down. You know? Like you don't know me to be going this fast. Slow down. You know? And that's it, man. These are the things that guys need to create an emotional connection from top all the way from good ways to the toxic ways, right? Where a man will feel emotionally attached when you don't make him feel like a loser, right? He sees you as his drug to make him feel better, at least status wise. They get attached when you're able to numb pain, and this numbing of pain is experienced through chemistry. They feel it as chemistry. You make him feel masculine. That also creates an emotional attachment. You spend simple time with him, and you reflect an unfulfilled relationship dynamic. And those are the ways that guys get an emotional connection with you. Let me know what you guys think about this. Comment down below, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care. Are you needy and creepy? Do you have a tough time coming across confident when you like the person? A lot of the times you just don't know what to do. You have habits and patterns that whenever somebody triggers you, you completely forget what to do the right thing. Well, guess what? I have a course for that. And it's called The Psychological Game of Attraction, Natural Chemistry, and The Feminine Woman. What I call the fundamentals. All of those courses are meant to eradicate and exercise the needy, creepy parts in you through action. Meaning, you do what the videos say, and without a shadow of a doubt, you actually get the results. You'll notice that men call you back more. Men will want more relationships with you. They're gonna be the ones that are needy and creepy. They're gonna be the ones that want something. They're gonna be the ones that are the aggressors in trying to get a relationship out of you. But the problem is that a lot of people just watch one or two videos and completely forget that there's actually a system. Don't just watch one or two videos. Get the system either by purchasing all of them and get a discount, or purchase them individually. Because a lot of the times, just watching one video in isolation, you actually miss the big picture. You have to understand why it works. You have to understand what to do next. And a lot of times, my videos just can't address that. A lot of people, you see by the testimonies right here, a lot of people have done what those videos say, and they've gotten results. Like the other day, I was in Mexico, and they were like, "Hey, Alexis," and I'm like, "Hey, oh my God, your videos are so great." And I'm like, and she was like, "Look at my kid." I'm like, "What you talk about your kid? That's not my kid." She's like, "No, no, no, because of him, because of your videos, he's here." And I'm like, okay, all right, that's a. But I get that a lot. And ironically, that woman watches all of my videos, right? So purchase those courses, man. And if you don't like it, you actually could get a 30-day money back guarantee, right? Purchase them individually, or get a discount and purchase them all by clicking on the description down below. You have the option of purchasing the one with the bonuses that obviously it's more material, where it's like I give you guys meditations. There's also other courses on how to make friends, how to master anything, or you could purchase it without the bundle, which is much more affordable. All right. And with that, you guys are able to support my channel, which will allow me to make more videos. Okay. Anyways, see you guys inside, and thank you.